Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayat Mudirayet
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki
Bhakti Naishiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nanda Gopakumaraya
Gopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Today for the next some time we'll be discussing about Krishna, how Krishna chastised Kaliya, and we'll be discussing this with the help of tikas of so many acharyas, the commentaries. Generally when I speak on this subject matter, I speak for minimum 5 days, I mean for 5 sessions at least, if not then at least 3 sessions, but here I've been asked to speak in just 1 session, so I'll try my best to speak in 1 session, but at the same time we'll try to cover so many important points. If somebody can make a note of it, because there are some questions, I want to make sure that I answer all those questions. So first is what is the relationship between Kaliya and Balaram? If you can, yes. Then who is the spiritual master of Kaliya? Then relationship of Garuda and Kaliya. What was their relationship? Then Kaliya's past birth. Okay. So if I forget to answer those questions, then you remind me. But these are some of the things we'll try to cover. Prabhu, has the recording started? Okay, thank you. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Every day Krishna and Balram, they used to go to the forest herding their calves. It was everyday business and it was a fun. It was not like us, we going for a job. They used to have fun in the forest. And sometimes while playing around throughout the day, Balram used to get tired. So Balram used to lay down on the grass or on someone's lap especially. And other cowherd boys used to fan him. And Krishna used to serve his elder brother by pressing his lotus feet. And then the boys used to say, Krishna, you also might be tired, so why don't you also lie down? So they used to also lie down. Krishna also used to lie down, and somebody else used to press the lotus feet of Krishna and Balram. So this was the pastimes which used to take place. So once while this cowherd boys were surrounded Krishna and Balram and they were pressing their lotus feet, at that time some of the cowherd boys said, "Oh Krishna and Balram, there is a beautiful forest called as Talvan, and they have lots of fruits there which we have never tasted, but we have known that those are the sweetest fruit ever." So then Balram said, "So what's the problem?" The problem is we have a demon called as Dhenuka, and that's the reason nobody goes there, and it is captured, it is in the control of custody of Kamsa. So Balram said, "Let's go. Who is afraid of this Dhenuka?" So Balram and Krishna, everybody, all of them, they went there, and Balram, as soon as he went to that forest, he started uprooting some trees and shaking them so that all the fruits fell down, and all the boys started the festival. And in this way they were having some transcendental fun, and Dhenuka came to know about this, that somebody is trying to not just enter in my, but he's trying to steal my fruits, which should be used for Kamsa. So then Dhenuka came and he kicked Balram, but Balram immediately he took hold of his two legs, and then he circled him around, and then he threw him, and in this way Dhenuka, he died. And then when Dhenuka died, some of his other friends, they came, Dhenuka's other friends, other donkeys. Dhenuka means he was a form of a donkey. So many of his other friends came, and they want to have a fight with Krishna and Balram. But Krishna and Balram very swiftly, they caught hold of their legs, and again the same way like they killed Dhenuka, they started circulating them, and they started throwing them. And then it was, the cowherd boys thought it's such a fun that the donkeys are coming, we just hold them and throw them. They asked Krishna and Balram, "Can we also do this?" And some of the acharyas said yes. Then Krishna and Balram, they actually empowered them, all of them. So all of them, they were doing this. It was a game for them. As the donkey used to come, they used to hold them, they used to circle them around and throw them. So it was a lot of fun. And in this way, the Krishna, Balram, they killed all the demons who were there in the Talvan. And in this way, the Talvan was available to everyone. And once in this way, once there was a summer time, and Krishna went to herd his calves without Balram, because this day he thought that today I will chastise this Kaliya. I will kill him, just like I killed so many demons. I will chastise this Kaliya today. So for some reason Balram didn't come that day. This was one of the questions, why Balram didn't come. So one of the reasons which Sanatana Goswami gave was that it was Balram's birthday on that day. So Rohini kept him for some rituals to be done for him. This was an external reason. The internal reason was something else that we will find out little later. Because Balram, he didn't want to face Kaliya. At least not with the intention of chastising or killing him. There was a reason for this. We'll come to that point later. So when Krishna went with his cowherd boys, so the cowherd boys and the calves were very, very thirsty. Generally what used to happen, even though they were thirsty, they used to first allow Krishna to go and drink water or used to eat something. Even Krishna was hungry or Krishna was thirsty, they used to see that first Krishna used to drink the water, first Krishna used to take the fruits, and then they used to share it among themselves. But today, by the will of the Lord, all of them, without Krishna, they went and directly they drank the water from the poisonous lake of Kaliya. And as soon as they drank the water, they couldn't even drink, they just went to the shore of that lake, and all of them fell unconscious and they died. And Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Doctor, he was astonished. And he simply glanced at all of them and he brought them back to life. And when all of them came back to life, they knew what happened. They were all looking at each other. We were died. And then Krishna brought us back to life. Oh, whoa. But now, today Krishna decided that enough is enough. Kaliya shall not be staying in my house, and he shall not be troubling my own associates. So Krishna decided, today let me kill him. So with this determination, Krishna tied up his odni. He had an odni which he had an uttariya, which he tied up, as if, when cricketers, when they play, they tie up their head very tightly, indicating that they are fixed up, that they were determined. So Krishna very determinedly, he tied up his dhoti nicely and the uttariya tightly to his vest, and then he started clapping. And then there was a tree there which was unaffected by the poison of Kaliya's lake. Generally what happened was the whole area around that lake was affected by the poison of Kaliya. It is said that in Harivamsh Puran, it is said that the width of that lake was 8 miles long width, and it was not on the mainstream of Yamuna. It was not the main, but on the southern part of Yamuna, the water which flowed in the Yamuna, it formed a lake. Outside the mainstream. So when Kaliya was inside that lake, and because of which only the lake was affected, not the whole of Yamuna. So, and Kaliya, he built his own city inside that lake with the help of an art called as Jalastamba art. Jalastamba, there is a science with which Kaliya built the whole city with the help of the water. With the water he could create the walls, with the water he could create different rooms, and the whole city was created in this way. And Krishna, he climbed that Kadamba tree which was alive, and he jumped in the river. And Krishna jumped in the river. When an elephant, if you imagine an elephant and jumping in the water, so much huge amount of water will come outside. So when Krishna jumped inside the lake, a huge amount of water splashed and it came outside. And Kaliya noticed something, that who is this man? Who is this person? Because Krishna, as soon as he entered the water, he started swimming very swiftly, as if, what difference was it for Krishna if it's a poison or it is not poison? It was the same for him. So he was very swiftly, he was swimming, and then also he was making some musical sound by his hands, just to irritate Kaliya. And then in this way he was swimming around, he was taking a round throughout the lake by making some various kinds of musical sounds, and this irritated Kaliya, and the Kaliya came out from the lake, and he saw Krishna. He saw the beautiful body of Krishna, and he saw how Krishna was wearing a yellow peacock feather. He saw how Krishna was wearing Vajanti Mala, how Krishna was wearing yellow garments. He saw Srivatsa, the Srivatsa mark, so many things. But Kaliya was conditioned because he was a snake, so he couldn't enjoy seeing Krishna personally. So he just bite Krishna on his chest. But our acharyas say that for Krishna, it was as if the gopis were trying to kiss Krishna. So for him, it was a similar enjoyment. Krishna was not affected by it. So when Krishna, he entered the lake, when Kaliya, he had 1,000 hoods. So and with 1,000 hoods, he captured Krishna within himself. And then he bound up Krishna. He expanded himself so widely that Krishna was in the middle, and then he captured, just like snakes, pythons, you see how they circle. If they get an object, the first they do the circle, and then they hold it so tightly that the strength, all the energy from that animal, it drains out. So it becomes easy for them to eat it without any resistance. So Kaliya did the same thing. Kaliya surrounded Krishna from all sides, and then he captured him. And as soon as Krishna was captured, there were some farmers who were working nearby on the field. They saw that Krishna was captured by Kaliya, and they came running. And when they saw Krishna in the coils of Kaliya, they became motionless. They were shocked. And as soon as Krishna was tied up in the coils of Kaliya, there was an earthquake in Vrindavan. Severe earthquake. And all the inauspicious symptoms manifested in Vrindavan. And Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, all of them got very scared, because usually inauspicious symptoms manifested on outside as well, on the bodies of the Brajvasis as well. Nanda Maharaj's left eye started blinking, and his left hand started shivering, which was an indication of an inauspiciousness. For a man, if his left eye, left hand or left leg, it blinks or it shivers, it is an inauspicious sign. Similarly, for a woman, for Matajis, if it is on the right side, the right eye, right leg, right hand, if she shivers, then that is also inauspicious. So Nanda Maharaj, he could immediately understand that today Krishna has gone without Balram. And they all started thinking that Krishna has died. They came to conclusion that Krishna has died. And they all started crying and lamenting that Krishna, they immediately, even the thought that, because Krishna was their object of love. If there was something auspicious, it was to be for Krishna. If there is something inauspicious, then it has to be for Krishna. So they thought that our Krishna is in difficulty. And they said, why did Balram did not go today? Because if Balram was with Krishna, then they rest assured that Balram will protect Krishna. But today Krishna was all alone. So Balram, he was laughing. While everybody was crying, Balram was laughing. He was saying, I know my brother. Okay, he's having some pastimes with Kaliya, but that's okay. So all of these cowherd boys, cowherd men, cowherd women, all the gopis, everyone, they started walking. Walking where? They were watching Krishna's footprints for that day. They requested the earth to please show us the footprints of Krishna for that day, and she showed, because she used to preserve Krishna's footprints in Vrindavan. Mother Earth never used to, when Krishna's footprints were there, she never used to see that she used to protect them. So Nanda Maharaj and everyone requested, please show us the path today. And so Krishna, all the Nanda Baba and others, they saw these footprints and they followed the path towards the lake of Kaliya. On the way, Balram was smiling and telling them there is nothing to worry. Actually, he was trying to convince them and saying that he's Krishna, he has performed so many wonderful pastimes. Why do you have to worry? So then, when all of them they reached the shore, they saw that some of the cowherd men were already there who were farming. They were in shock, they were motionless, and they could see that Krishna was in the coils of Kaliya. And then Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, they started shivering They were also motionless, they were speechless. And Nanda Maharaj tried to enter the waters of that lake. But Balram, he stopped Nanda Maharaj, saying, what are you doing, Baba? If Krishna comes back, absolutely fine, and you die, then who will take care of Krishna? Then he was similarly trying to convince Yashoda, Mother Yashoda as well. So some of the ladies, they used to hold Mother Yashoda, and some of these men used to hold Nanda Baba, and they used to hold him so tightly that they don't enter the waters of Kaliya, this Kaliya's lake. So in this way, they were all crying, they were all lamenting. And Krishna also, he's so cruel that he stayed in the coils of Kaliya for 2 complete hours. It is said, some of the Shukdeva Goswami says 1 Muhurta, but Srila Prabhupada writes in Krishna book, it's 2 hours. He stayed in the coils of Kaliya for 2 hours. And then, after 2 hours, when Krishna saw that now my Brajavasis, whose only life and soul is me, now they're about to give up their life. Because it was unbearable for them to tolerate Krishna's separation, because they could not see any movements in Krishna's body. Krishna was lifeless. So they were in deep trouble, and as if now they thought to themselves, now what is the use of us? Why should we live? So they were all about to give up their body. Even the gopis, they thought, for them it was Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahename. For them everything was void. They were thinking that let us also now give up our life, because Krishna is dead. But then Krishna, he told Kaliya, he started moving and said, Kaliya, you have showed enough of your power now. Now I will show you my power. And without the notice of the Brajvasis, Krishna, he expanded himself in such a gigantic form and it became difficult for Kaliya to hold Krishna in his coils. And Krishna came out. But he expanded himself, that was only visible to only Kaliya. Others were not able to see that. But Krishna came out, and then he jumped outside his coils. Then he started circumambulating Kaliya. And then Kaliya used to try to hit Krishna, and he used to go on the left. So Krishna used to go on the left, Krishna used to go on the right. So when Krishna used to go on the right, Krishna used to go on the left. And sometimes Krishna used to go on his back, he used to go on his front. In this way, Krishna troubled Kaliya by so many ways. And when he got tired, then Krishna took an opportunity and climbed on his hoods. And when Krishna climbed on his hoods, this Kaliya was trying to bite Krishna. But then Krishna, the original dancer, original master of all the arts, he started dancing on Kaliya's heads. There were 1,000 heads, but 100 were prominent. 101 were prominent. So Krishna started dancing on all of them. And when this was going on, Gandharvas, Siddhas, sages, Charanas, all arrived there. They all arrived there, and they started accompanying Krishna, and they started playing musical instruments, mridanga, pavanas and anakas. They started playing this various musical instruments, and they were giving like when somebody sings, a kirtaniya sings, all the mridangas and kartals, they help the kirtaniya. So all of them were there, they were leading this kirtan for Krishna. They're all singing the glories of the Lord. They're showering flowers on Krishna. And Krishna was dancing. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, everybody was seeing the sweet pastimes. Lord Shiva was astonished to see this wonderful pastime, because he's Nataraj. He's the best of the dancers. But now he's seeing his boss dancing. And that too on the heads of Kaliya. So, he was dancing for a long time, and Kaliya was vomiting blood. He vomited huge amount of blood that he lost all his energies, and he was almost on the verge of dying. Just at that time. Kaliya's dear wife, they came ahead with their children. And then they said, "O Krishna, O Master of the whole universe, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Original Narayana, please forgive our husband. Please forgive our husband." Then they offered dandavats to Krishna. And they requested Krishna to please not kill our husband. They said, "Who will take care of the children? If Kaliya was killed, then the other snakes will come and they will give difficult, they will try to enjoy us and they will try to disturb our children and whole family. So it will be very difficult for us." And then they said, "Namaha Krishna Ramaya Vasudeva Sutaya Cha Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya Satutam Pataya Namaha." O Lord Shri Krishna, O the son of Vasudev, O you are Pradyumna, you are Aniruddha, O Lord of the devotees, please be merciful on her husband and please set him free. And then Krishna, hearing the prayers of Kaliya's wives, who were his devotees, they actually, Krishna allowed, forgive Kaliya. So they offer some long prayers, we're not covering that. And then Kaliya also offered some prayers. Kaliya was saying, "Oh my dear Lord, I'm very, very sorry. I have been troubled. I have been troubling your dear associates. But this is my nature. What can I do? Now, because you have chastised me, all the poison within my body has been removed. Now I am fully conscious of everything, and now I can understand your glories, that you are the Supreme Lord." When Krishna was actually dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, Krishna actually, he put the load of entire Bhumandala on this Kaliya's head. So it became very difficult for Kaliya to tolerate that. It was very difficult for him. Then when Kaliya offered these prayers to Krishna, Krishna said to him, "I don't wish to see you here anymore. I give a boon that whoever remembers our conversation and whoever offers water to their forefathers from this very lake, they will be delivered immediately from all the sinful activities. And those who remember our conversation and those who remember our this pastimes of me chastising you, they will also be freed from all the sinful activities." So Krishna, he gave this instruction to Kaliya saying, "Now you should go back to your place." And we'll come to this question, why that why if Krishna is merciful on someone, then he allows that person to stay in Vrindavan. When we get a chance to go to Vrindavan, we consider this as a mercy of the Lord or Srimati Radharani. But here if you see, Krishna is asking Kaliya to go away from Vrindavan. Why is it so? This will be the last point of our conversation. Please remind me if I forget. Now, let us try to understand the mysteries of Kaliya Daman Lila. Garga Samhita. Now we will discuss about Kaliya's previous birth. Garga Samhita, Canto 1, Volume 4, Chapter 13. Narad Muni narrates the birth of Kaliya. There are two rishis called as Ashwashira and Vedashira. And Vedashira Rishi, they were both devotees of Mahavishnu. And Vedashira Rishi was performing tapasya, performing devotional service in a certain place. I think on a Sumeru mountain. At that time, Ashwashira Rishi, he happened to come there and he said that I also wish to practice my devotional service here, nearby you. And he said that no, there should be only one president. There cannot be two. So this started fighting with each other. And the fight went so wild that that this is my place, this is my place. Then he said, who said it is here? It is all Mahavishnu's place, it is all Krishna's place. Why are you claiming? Then go on, then they started saying, then go and practice somewhere else. Why you have to be here near me? So in this way the fight went on and on and on, and then Ashwashira Rishi, he cursed Vedashira, saying that you hiss like a snake. So I curse you, you go and become a snake. And may you always be feared of Garuda. And Vedashira Rishi got very upset, saying that, what nonsense, for just a small thing you cursed me that I have to take birth as a snake? You rascal, you become like a crow, you should become a crow. In this way, these two rishis, they were cursing each other. And then after the curse was over, they realized that what have they done? So they both started praying to the Supreme Lord. Oh Lord, because both wished to worship Lord Mahavishnu. Their Ishtadev was one, Mahavishnu. So they both started praying to Mahavishnu. Oh Lord, please be merciful. Then the Lord appeared there and I said that, don't worry, it was my desire that you should fight. I want you to perform some pastimes with me. So my dear Ashwashira, you will be crow, but you will not be ordinary crow. You will be known as Kagabhushandi. And you will help me in my pastimes of when I come as Ramachandra. And then he said to Vedashira, you will be Kaliya, and you will perform very sweet pastimes when I come as Lord Krishna. So don't worry. So this Vedashira Rishi, he came as Kaliya. Kaliya was born as a son of Kadru. Kadru is one of the wives of Kashyap Rishi. Kashyap Rishi has 13 wives. So one of them was Kadru. And she was the mother of all the snakes. And Kaliya was one of them. Her first son was Anantashesh. When she gave birth to so many snakes. But the first snake, Anantashesh, was also Ansha of Balram, but also he was a devotee. So now Kadru has Anantashesh as her son, then second son was Vasuki, and then so many others, then there was Kaliya. And who is Anantashesh? Sri Balram. So Anantashesh and Kaliya, they are brothers. Brother means, imagine when you have brother, so what kind of relationship you have with him? Very, very intimate, very, very close relationship you have. In general circumstances, one will never try to kill one's own brother. So that was also one of the reasons when Krishna desired to chastise Kaliya, Balram had no intentions to do that. He said to himself that I am not going. Because if Krishna wants to chastise him and he calls out for me, it will be a difficult situation. That's why he said I will not go. That also was one of the reasons why Balram didn't go that day when Krishna planned to chastise Kaliya. Now, how did this Kaliya ended up in Ramanakdweep? There is a question. Anantashesh, I hope you are able to follow, everyone. You are able to follow, because I am trying my best to explain these things. Okay. So Anantashesh, he was a devotee also. I mean, he is an Ansha of the Lord, but he also was playing his role as a devotee. So when he was born of Kadru, he saw that I don't want to involve myself in so-called mundane activities. So Anandashesh performed devotional service and he got the darshan of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. And he asked Lord Krishna, how can I serve you? And Lord Shri Krishna said that, please carry this bhumandala on your head. And he said, for how long? Said that till the time you start glorifying all my transcendental qualities, and when it gets finished, you keep it down. So Lord Balram, till today, he is glorifying the transcendental qualities of the Lord, holding the bhumandala on his head. Then he said, okay Lord, I can hold the bhumandala, but who will hold me? So then Krishna said, okay, I will become a turtle. So if you see in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when the creation is discussed, you will find the turtle is holding the Anandashesh, and the Shesh is holding the bhumandala on his head. Now, Lord Balram, so Anandashesh, he took that service. So Lord Brahma, he appeared to these other snakes, like Vasuki and other snakes, and he said, what are you guys doing? See your brother who has gone and taken up the service, so you should also go to Atalaloka, Sutalaloka, Mahataloka, Talataloka, and go to Ramanakdweep and other places. So some went to different lokas, and Kaliya and some of the friends, they decided to go to Ramanakadweep. Now we have to understand that there was some enmity between the family of Garuda and Kaliya. Now Garuda's mother her name was Vinita, and she was also one of the wives of Kashyapji. And in Bhagavatam there are Aditi and Diti. These are also famous wives of Kashyapji. So here is Kadru and Vinita. So Kadru, with the help of Kaliya and other snakes, she did some trick, and she using some trick, she made this Garuda's mother as her servant. She was serving as a maid servant, even though she was her co-wife, sister also, but still there was some family situation. I don't want to go in much detail of that, but there was some trick used by Kaliya's mother Kadru, and she got Vinata as a maid servant. Now because of that, Garuda always have to serve Kaliya and other snakes. Now Garuda's food is snakes, but now Garuda was serving who? Snakes. Why? Because Garuda's mother was the maid servant of Kadru. So this was very painful for Garuda, and he was unable to tolerate all this situation. So he once asked the snakes, give me a reason, give me a solution by which my mother and myself, we can be free from this slavery of yours. And he said, okay, we want Amruta, which is available in the heavenly planets. So he said, that's it. Is that what you want? And Garuda immediately he flew to demigods' planets. He had a fight with Indra, and somehow there was an intense fight between all the demigods and Garuda. All the demigods, they all came together and they were fighting with Garuda. And when nothing happened, Indra threw the Vajra towards Garuda, and Garuda, he laughed, but he said that respecting Vajra, this weapon Vajra, I am giving this one golden leaf of mine, but I just want to tell you, Indra, I have capacity to put this whole bhumandala on my back, and I can carry all of you. If I want, I can kill all of you also, but as a respect, because you are devotees of the Lord, I just want this Amrita for some time. And they devised a plan saying that, okay, you take this nectar, you keep it in front of the snakes, and ask them to go and take a bath. Until the time they come, we will take it back. So Garuda goes with the pot of nectar and says to these Kaliyas and other people that this is a pot of nectar you wanted, but there is a condition, you have to take your bath in this particular lake. So I keep here, and so am I free from, is my mother and me free from the slavery? He said, yes, you're free now. So they did this trick. Then they kept the pot there and they all went for a swim until they came back. Indra came and he took the pot away. So this was the trick they used. So now when all the snakes they are staying in Ramanak Dweep, now Garuda was free. Now he used to come and he used to eat each day. He used to come and he used to eat one of the snakes. So there was always a chaos in the family, that all of a sudden Garuda comes, he eats and he goes away, because he was angry. Garuda was upset that for so many years the snakes purposely, for no reason, they engaged me. Okay, forget about me, my mother also, in so many things. So keeping that in mind, Garuda used to come anytime and he used to, and it was natural because the snakes were Garuda's food. So there was no objection to it. So all the snakes, including the Vasuki and all, they had a meeting with Brahmaji, and then Brahmaji told Garuda, once in 15 days, you can come at a certain place and you can take away the, there will be a proper bali, there will food being kept to you, you should come and eat that food, otherwise no. So he accepted. So Kaliya and Garuda, now they were not giving up their enmity within their heart. So Garuda used to come and the Kaliya used to say, no, why should we give him the food? I am powerful enough to fight with Garuda. So that is the reason why when the food was kept for Garuda, Kaliya used to come and eat it himself. Because the bigger snakes, they used to eat the smaller snakes. In this way they used to, he used to eat Garuda's food. So this upsetted the Garuda. Garuda came there and said, where is my food? He said, Kaliya took it away. The other snakes told that the Kaliya took it away. And then there was a fight between Garuda and Kaliya. Almost all the time it used to happen. And Kaliya never used to give up. But Garuda once, he chastised and kicked Kaliya so badly that Kaliya was severely injured. And then Kaliya was afraid of Garuda. And now Kaliya was looking for a place from where he can hide from Garuda. So Narad Muni, he used to often travel to various places. And he used to notice the fight between Garuda and Kaliya. So he went to Ramanak Dweep once. And that is where Kaliya got initiation from Naradji. I asked a question, who is the guru of Kaliya? So Naradji is the guru of Kaliya. So he said, Naradji knew that he was previously a sage, so he went there to see Mr. Vedashiraji, who was in the form of a Kaliya, and then he requested, then Kaliya said that, where is the place where I can hide from Garuda? He said, there is one place, that is in Vrindavan. Otherwise, who could have told Kaliya that there is such a place in Vrindavan where Garuda is not allowed? It was Naradji who told him. And he told him, please go there. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is going to come there. Please go. By my blessings, you will attain his lotus feet. So, Kaliya, he was very happy and he went to Vrindavan. And then there was a lake in which he resided there for hundreds of years. So this is how Kaliya came from Brahmana Dweep to Vrindavan. Now, there is a story why that Garuda once used to come there to Vrindavan, because he used to think that it's my master's place. I can come there anytime. I can come and go anytime. I can go anywhere. And he used to eat fish from that Yamuna river. So once Shobari Rishi, he was performing tapasya inside that river, and he saw that Garuda came and he took away the king of the fishes. He took him away and he ate him. So Shobari Rishi got very upset, and Shobari Rishi told that, you rascal Garuda, I curse you, if you come again here you will die. So Garuda said, this is in the Bhagavatam. So Garuda said that to himself, that although these curses won't act on me, but still as a respect for this sadhu, I won't go there. So Shobari Rishi, he cursed Garuda, and that's why he was not allowed to go to that place. So Kaliya was residing there without fear of anything. And this is how Krishna chastised Kaliya. And then there was a question why, when we say that when somebody is merciful on, Krishna is merciful on a devotee, that means that devotee will be allowed to stay in Vrindavan. But we understand that Kaliya has been asked to leave Vrindavan. And he is still staying in Ramanak Dweep. Doing what? So some of the acharyas, they say that Krishna has sent Kaliya for preaching. He has sent Kaliya to preach about his glories to other snakes. And Kaliya, every day he speaks about the glories of Krishna. So this is Kaliya Daman Lila in a short span of time. Any questions are left? Or
all questions answered.
All questions are answered? Okay. Any questions?
In Prabhupada's translation of Srimad Bhagavatam, I mean, I may be wrong, I don't know. The fact that Narad Muni is the...
This is what Jiva Goswami says.
Okay.
This is in the commentaries of the Acharya. This whole thing has been compiled with the help of various commentaries of the Acharyas. So, this all mysteries of Kaliya Daman Lila is from Acharya's Tikas. Any other questions?
The lake you mentioned, which lake was it? You know, if you give water to the forefathers,
This is the lake where Kaliya used to reside.
do you have a name or do you know that?
Yeah, if you go to Vrindavan, you will find that lake. Actually, they say the Brajvasis, they say there are two places which are identified with the same name. One is in Vrindavan, one is near Gokul. So this is the lake is in Vrindavan side. It exists in a very small place, small way. But near Gokul, there is another place. They say that the Kaliya Daman Lila took place in this area. So in that way, you can there still a good amount of water is there. Where if you perform the offering waters to forefathers, they all will be delivered.
Kaliya is living even today?
Yeah, he's there. He's there. Somewhere in Krishna book he writes that he is there in Fiji. So that's why devotees, they have made a temple there, a Kaliya Krishna temple.
So Ramalak Island is Fiji?
Could be. It's very difficult to understand the mysteries of universe. Very difficult to understand, inconceivable. One has to be a liberated person to understand the mysteries of the universe. But he is saying, Prabhupada is writing that he is in Fiji, so we can accept that. Yeah.
Gokul.
Yeah, that's in Daman.
And it's too late, right?
Yes, still there today. Yes. So when Krishna, when Garuda had a fight with demigods over the nectar, so he passed by this place and he dropped few drops on that tree. Because he was Krishna's associate, so he knew the future. So he knew that this is Kaliya is going to perform his pastimes here. So he poured some nectar on that, and this way the tree, even though it was on the banks of the Kaliya's lake, and although it should have been died in general way, but it survived because Garuda dropped some nectar on it, and then he gave it to snakes, the Kaliya, and his whole family. So he first dropped some water there, some drops there. Is the tree still there? Still there.
Do we have any information about what the Lord has done for 2 hours in Kaliya's grave?
He was just tied up. He was having some fun with his Brajvasis. He was just unconscious. He was pretending to be unconscious. In other words, he was taking some massage. Nice, beautiful. Kaliya was there. His strong coils were there. So Krishna was getting a free massage from Kaliya. This is what we say. I never read, but I thought over it what it could be, because this question did come to our mind also. So we thought, yes, Krishna might be taking some good massage. Anything else? So did you enjoy, all of you?
Yes.
So this is just briefly we spoke about it. In detail it could have been very nectarine when we speak with so much detail, but how Nanda Maharaj and all the cowherd men and women, including all the gopis, when they were watching the footprints of Krishna, how they were walking on the banks of Yamuna. So our acharyas have given a very beautiful descriptions, and especially when Krishna was captured in the coils of Kaliya, what happened, how there was an earthquake and what happened, and all the discussion between the cowherd men and the cowherd women, how they were fearful. And so if you could, I spoke this in Germany also in detail in 3 days. So I tried to cover it little in much detail in 3 days. It's there on YouTube also. Any other questions? Or should we stop?
It's not a question, it's just a comment, right? Something nice that I heard in early days of my Krishna consciousness. This pastimes is actually related to cleansing of our heart by chanting the holy names, like as Krishna danced on Kaliya's hood, he was vomiting the poison. So similarly, when the holy names start chanting on our
Yes.
all
Yes.
the anartha will circumstance.
Yes.
But it's very nice.
As soon as we come in contact with Krishna, so our existence becomes purified. That's why it is recommended that grahasthas especially, they should have deities in their house. Because if you see like incidents of Putana, how Putana, she was a demon, and she used to eat flesh of the children, she used to drink the blood of the children, and her association was so like other asuras were her association, and she was born in the demonic family, but still she wore a dress. While she decided to kill Krishna, she came disguised as a Brajvasi. She wore the same dress what Mother Yashoda was wearing, and then she came with the intention of feeding breast milk to Krishna, but she wanted actually to feed the poison. So Krishna, he thought, what did he thought? That you have come, you are pretending to be my mother, but I am very pleased with that. So Krishna accepted her as a mother and gave her a position of a mother in the spiritual world, in the Goloka Vrindavan. And she was purified to that extent when she picked up Krishna and she fed Krishna breast milk. So she was in contact with Krishna's complete body. So when, imagine, the name of Krishna is so powerful that when it is chanted, the conditioning of our heart, we are purified of the conditioning. Imagine that same Krishna was on your lap or was in Putana's lap. So was there any question of Putana not getting purified? It was natural, it was obvious that Putana existence became purified. So much so that when she was burned by the Brajvasis, Aghuru, the smell of Aghuru started coming from her body. So similarly, if you see Aghasur also, when he died, his body was also purified. And so in this way, Kaliya also, like you mentioned, Kaliya also, he came in contact with Krishna's lotus feet, and he danced on Kaliya's all the hoods. The dance was so amazing that Krishna could dance on all the 1,000 hoods at a time. I mean, how he was dancing so swiftly. And so all the demigods were so jubilant and they never saw such dancing. That too, someone dancing on the hoods of a snake. So they were all very happy and jubilant. So the point is that when we come in contact with Krishna, then our existence is purified. That's why as grahasthas, we are so much entangled in so many activities. So if we have deities in our house and we serve Krishna day in and day out, keeping him in center always, then by waking them up, by feeding them, by giving them a bath, by putting them to sleep, doing their arati, by so many ways we are coming in contact with the Lord, and this will purify our existence. And certainly, because Krishna is not different from the Archa Murti. So if we come in contact with Archa Vigraha every day, then our existence also will be purified. And we will develop a relationship gradually. Like we take care of our children, or we take care of our wife, or our wife takes care of the husband, similarly, one should take care of Krishna in a similar way, considering him as one of the family members, and he should be served in that way. And this will help us to develop a relationship with him, and gradually our existence will be purified, and the same seva will be continued when we leave our body, because Krishna will be so attached to you. You will be attached to Krishna, that is there, but Krishna will be also attached to you, that he will like to have your service continued. So when you leave your body, then Krishna will see that you enter the spiritual world and you serve him there as well. So that's why this is a practice going on. So when we come in contact with deities, service, and also hearing about the Lord's pastime is very, very important. This, like we have Kaliya, Daman, Lila, like that we have so many pastimes on the Srimad Bhagavatam. Any service, even as kirtan. So if we are nourished properly by hearing about the Lord's activities, forms and pastimes on Srimad Bhagavatam, then when you perform kirtan, then it will be a different kirtan. You will be completely absorbed in the Lord. When you chant, tomorrow we will be discussing about Bhagavad. We have some Bhagavad teacher training course. We travel worldwide for this particular reason, to start Bhagavad schools everywhere. We have a couple of projects called as Bhagavad Vidyalaya and Bhagavad Charcha, by which we open schools. And we also have a course on Bhagavad teacher training course where we teach various ways of studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Then we also have how to make notes on Srimad Bhagavatam, how to give a class on one verse, how to give a class on how to give a seminar on Bhagavatam. So all these things will be discussed tomorrow and the day after. So here itself at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So if devotees want to join, you can come. So
I have one question.
okay.
I'm doing like Mansi Seva. It's also Swali because sometimes like I'm not able to like do this at home, like pujas and like things.
Mm.
But I'm doing like the Mansi Seva, like I'm just close my eyes and I'm just feeling on that way. I'm offering God, like they're giving this bath because I used to do in India. But when I moved out here, then I can't do it because I'm living with other people and they eat meat and like I'm sharing the house. So
Keep a picture of the Lord with you.
yeah, I have like in my room like I have, but I'm just the Mansi Seva, like I'm just closing my eyes and I'm feeling like what I did in India, like giving bath and these things. So this is also like it's still like it's okay or just I have to do the like what?
Now, as per Shastra,
Yeah.
there are different types of deities. One of the deities is Mansi.
Yeah.
But we are not set that advanced to always remain absorbed in that. And the amount of purification which will happen by directly serving the Lord will be different. When one is on a very advanced stage, wherein the Lord resides in the heart of that person and doesn't leave, and his heart has become Vrindavan, and he could see all the pastimes of the Lord in his heart going on that, then you are on a different level. So, but it is. I'm not saying it is wrong, but it will be good if you have make an arrangement. Make an arrangement wherein you can have on your own deities and you can continue that seva again. Okay. If you are a certain association, get out of that association. Try to find some stay with the devotees, or wherein there is a like-minded association where they are vegetarian people. Stay with them and start your seva.
Because otherwise, like I do like my prayers and everything is
Okay.
Like, that I'm doing, but just only that I'm missing that thing.
Okay. That you do that. Okay.
Would we, sorry,
No.
could you introduce yourself because we don't know about your background.
Okay.
It would be nice to know.
My name is Brat Sundar Das.
Yeah.
And I joined ISKCON in year 2002. I have a master's degree in IT, information technology, and I'm trying to become a disciple of His Holiness Radha Govinda Goswami Maharaj. I'm initiated, but I'm trying to become a disciple. I'm not yet a disciple. And since last 3-4 years I'm traveling. I traveled to South America, I traveled to European countries, I traveled to UK, I traveled within India, Mauritius and other places, giving seminars on Bhagavatam, and also opening this Bhagavatam schools, giving training to the teachers and training, encouraging devotees to take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Our projects are known as NBS projects. Around 1250 devotees are currently studying Bhagavatam with us globally, and we have a magazine called as Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. That magazine goes to around 27,000 devotees globally, and all these things will be told tomorrow. Okay, we'll be introducing all our projects to the congregation here, provided they come. And okay, that's my small introduction.
So just one question on Kaliya only.
Okay.
And Acharya explains different demons represent different anarthas. So what Kaliya represent? Is there anything? Or
I have not touched that part.
is it okay? Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Krishna Samhita,
Yeah.
he has given in detail, but I have not touched that part. Because already there we have so much aspects of it. Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Sure.
Hare Krishna.